I've been blessed throughout my football career, including 21 years as an athlete, 8 years as a coach. This is just another honor I accept with humble gratitude. Like I mentioned, I've been around the game of football for quite a few years, and it's just been a tremendous part of my life. And over these years, there have been a lot of people that have affected and helped shape my life. There are a few I'd like to mention as they have been most influential for me. And you probably don't know some of these guys, but I got to mention. My high school coaches, at East Brady High School, Frank Marsden, and at Armstrong Central High School, Harry Beckwith. Armstrong Central High School was only around for about 2 years. It was Ford City, Catana, and East Brady all combined together. So it was one of those fantastic moves that the school district makes and realizes they screw up, and then they send everybody back. So, but that's what happened. I want to thank these guys, because these are the guys that saw the quarterback in me, and they work with me every day with my mechanics and fundamentals. We'll move on to my college coaches. My college coach my freshman year, Gene Sobolewski was head coach, and Tim Carr is the offensive coordinator. These guys recruited me. They're responsible for me coming to Clarion. They've also, they helped start my development into a collegiate quarterback. So I want to thank those guys. Now my college coaches from my sophomore through my senior year. Head coach Malin Luke and offense coordinator Ward Girio. I want to thank Malin for believing in me and teaching me discipline on and off the field, because he really did. He saw the coach in me. He bugged me numerous times about coaching here after I graduated. And at that time, I told him, I want to keep playing. I don't want to stop playing yet. So if I do coach, it's going to be, years down the road. But he did tell me one thing, and I will never forget it. He said, just remember, if you love what you do, you can't consider it work. Okay, and I remember that. Well, I still remember that. It's something that just sticks with you. And Warren Ruggiero, who's offense coordinator. Now this guy was smart. He filled my mind with such valuable information. And my career here would not have been what it was without him, no doubt in my mind. He worked with me day in, day out, on the field, in the film room, for hours on end. Sometimes I'd be almost falling asleep. Hours. Warren helped me become the best quarterback I can be, and I will be forever grateful to him for believing in me. I got to thank my teammates. Without them, I wouldn't be standing here. I got a couple of them in the audience today. And thanks for being here, guys. But I'm going to go through the whole offense, if you don't mind. It's the best offensive line in the business. And if you've been around and saw him play, you understand what I'm talking about. Chris Kiker, Mike Sipos, Tim Snyder, Chris Martin, and Derek McKay, who's here today. If you get a chance after this, ask Derek McKay what a lookout block is. He'll tell you, and that's kind of our little inside joke that we all talked about that year. Tight end Chad Speakman, running backs Ron Douglas, James Security, Godfrey Bethia, and Hall of Famer, who I have the privilege of joining, Steve Whitty. Wide receivers Alan Slaughter, Mark Woody, and Chris Galtetti. Without these guys, that championship run would have never happened. I mean, it takes 11 guys clicking, and that's what I try to tell my guys I coach now. It's not just 1 or 2 guys. It takes 11. It actually, on offense, it actually takes 22. Right, Buddy? Because I also want to thank the defense, because they were there the whole time, and they definitely helped get us where we need to be. And I want to thank Wayne for being here. He was a D lineman, but he's still one of my closest friends. I want to thank Wayne for being here and sharing his experience also. On the practice field, and my guys know this, the offense versus defense, enemies on the practice field. Off the field, we're best friends. And on game day, we were teammates. That's what made us so successful. Playing with these guys and hanging with these guys is something I will never forget. Things that happened on the field, things that happened off the field, things that were said and done that made us laugh, are the same things that we still talk about today. How many times we talk about the same things, they still make us laugh. And that's kind of really where we realized how close we were, because we still talk about the same things over and over and over. Obviously, we talk about the 1996 season, the records we broke, the teams we beat, and how we were 1 point away from a national championship game. That's the stuff we'll never forget. That's also the stuff everybody knows about. The times off the field people don't know about, that weren't in the papers, weren't in the record books, were just as exciting. I'm going to share a couple quick stories with you of things we did off the field. We had an annual Coach Camp tubing trip, okay, down Cook's Forest. Now you're talking about some 300 plus guys, okay, in the winter tubes, all right, floating down the river. Now, if you ever been up to Cook's Forest, some spots in the river, it's 5 feet deep, some spots it's 1 foot deep, but putting a 300-pound guy in an inner tube is about 1 inch deep. Okay, and some of them obviously punctured. At one point, we kind of looked around and we were missing a guy, Mark Watts. He was a defensive lineman. As we turned around, we saw him about 200 yards behind us walking down the river with a flat inner tube over his shoulder. I think we laughed for weeks about that day. In 1996, we had a player golf trip. Okay, it was just players. We had about roughly 30 guys, and some of these guys, believe me, never stepped foot on a golf course before. And you could definitely tell. It wasn't pretty, but it was fun. I remember at the end of the scramble, we all were driving our carts to our cars to unload our clubs. When out of nowhere, Steve Whitty, okay, Hall of Famer, does a power slide through the middle of the parking lot in his golf cart and flipped it over. Okay, well, Steve went flying, his clubs went flying, and Steve, being the athlete that he was, he popped up, but he had some terror on his face. Once we saw he was okay, we all kind of just laughed and ran over there as fast as we could to help flip it back over before we got in trouble. And that was coming out of Cranberry somewhere, but we laughed all the way back to Clarion. I can go on for days about the times we shared the last we had, but it's getting late and I know we got to go home. But knowing these men and what they have done on the field, I'm confident the future of these men will be deserving the same honor. After playing nearly 5 years of Marine football, the opportunity to coach at Clarion arose, thanks to the friendship and confidence of head coach Emmanuel Luke and athletic director Bob Carlson. They both helped me out and get me in here, and I think both of these men helped me reach the next stage of my life. These next two men I would like to acknowledge because they're the reason I still have the opportunity to coach here at Clarion University. And I also look to them daily for advice. Athletic Director Dave Davis. Because of your friendship, support, and confidence in me, I thank you. You believe in me. You stood behind me through changing times, and I'm extremely grateful. Thank you, Dave. Jay Foster, for believing and trusting in me, giving me the opportunity to continue my coaching career here at Clarion. Thank you for your friendship and support and helping me become the best coach that I can be. Thanks, Jay. I want to thank President Joe Grunewald for all your support through the good times and bad. You've not only supported myself, but the football program and just athletics in general, as well as turning Clarion University into a place to be even more proud of. We all thank you and we will miss you. So many aspects of coaching remind me of my playing days. The way the players act sometimes, things they say and do, how they joke and tease each other, nicknames they give each other, the friendships they make and the hard work they put in every day. They definitely keep me young. I'd like to take this time to thank my players for being here supporting me, and someday I know some of you guys will be standing here and I'll be sitting there supporting you. four seniors this past year: Tyler, John, Matt, and Chris, who I had the privilege to know and the honor to coach. Thank you for your hard work and leadership. You guys made it easy to enjoy coaching. You helped bring Clarion football back to where it needs to be. I wish you all the best of luck in the future. To my family and friends joining me here tonight, and some who couldn't be, I want to thank you for your love and support. It definitely means the world to me. Thank you. To my fiancée, Kristen, thank you for being here and sharing this moment with me. Last but not least, my parents, Jay and Diane Weibel, who traveled all over the place, giving me the chance to play when I was in Pee-wees and Midgets, and driving and watching me play wherever it may have been as I got older. Encouraging and supporting me through my entire football career, especially through the injuries. I love you guys. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping me become who I am. I'm extremely grateful for this honor. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for their love, friendship, and support. Thank you.